What is going on, cylinder junkie? So today I realized that it's been a while since I did a video. I understand, whatever, but I also remembered that I promised you guys a review of the MCLoad twin disc. I believe it was the RST clutch that I installed in here. Just big shout out to Hypermotive Performance for hooking me up with the installed disc. I have put roughly 2,000 miles on this thing, fully broke it in. If you're in the market for a MCLoad RST clutch or a MCLoad twin disc clutch, this is going to be your go-to for your pros and cons. Keep in mind, this is not a boosted setup yet. It will be boosted soon. If you're new to the channel, this is the Red Reaper. This is the current build for the channel right now. Got some motorcycles I'm going to be building more so in Florida, but for now, let's get into it. So we're going to go ahead and cold start her up. Hello neighbors, good morning. So what I will start off with, I want to cold start with the twin disc clutch. One thing that I have noticed is the friction zone kind of moves a little bit. So say I press the clutch down, it might not engage off rip, and it seems on super cold days, today's not a super cold day, you can see it's 52 degrees. On super cold mornings, and I've fired this thing up while it's been frosted and everything, the engagement point, it's like the clutch sinks. It's almost like, oh, I know I'm gonna have an issue. Not only that, sometimes it doesn't want to let you in gear. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is a race clutch, which means it is not good for dailies. I daily her right now, but I plan on getting a truck when I get to Tampa, and we're probably gonna start a build series on that too. But for now, like I said, I daily this thing, and I will tell you this clutch is not friendly at all for a daily. There's some mornings where I have to just wait until it's fully warmed up, or I have to blip the throttle a lot just to get it to go in gear. So that's one con. See, there we go. All right, so once she's in gear, the engage point is closer to the ground. Now keep in mind, not only do I have the RST clutch or the twin disc clutch, but I also have the Steeda spring, the upgraded Steeda spring, where it takes less force to push down, and I get more of a good feel of where my friction point is. And you can hear the shift point is clanky. Another thing, you want a quiet car, this MCLoad clutch isn't for you. And I don't know if you guys heard that chatter. That chatter is completely normal. So again, if you don't want a noisy clutch, this clutch isn't for you. But what I will say is when it's time for this clutch to perform, baby, she performed. Thing that I did notice offhand, even before it fully engaged and fully, broke in and got its friction points down, the car doesn't barely catch traction with the tires. And keep in mind, the Red Reaper has an F1 tire, right? I still can't catch traction, even on a dry day. It's wet out today, so I can't kick it as much. But even on a dry day, I've got way more horsepower to the wheels. That is one thing that I will give this clutch. 100%, you want all of your power from the crank to the wheels, majority, at least a power gain, this is the clutch for you. Now, third gear lockout. Let's talk about the MT82 third gear lockout, right? An issue any MT82 owner has, right? You're fucking banging gears, right? And you're racing. And you go, and everybody thinks that, see, again, look, it doesn't want to really go into gear much until it gets fully warmed up. The clutch is not friendly at all. But back to what I was saying, you're banging gears, you're racing. Next thing you know, everybody's looking at you laughing and giggling because you just got walked, right? Because you experienced third gear lockout. For those of you that don't know, the MT82 has a big issue with third gear lockout. It'll just full on put a wall in front of the third gear when you're up in high RPMs, probably roughly 2,500 RPMs, or not 2,500, 6,500 RPMs. You're having issues, right? You're experiencing issues. with getting into third gear. Doesn't do it all the time, does it some of the time. This clutch is 100% going to help that. Third gear lockout, if you try to force it, it is horrible, right? It is horrible in your transmission, it's horrible in your synchros, it's horrible in everything. So get that fixed while you can, but I am saying I would get rid of that OEM clutch as quick as you can. I'm more of the type to where if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's how I was raised, it is what it is. I'm from Georgia. If it ain't broke, we don't fix it. But this is something that you need to fix before it becomes a bigger problem, right? And keep in mind, the Red Reaper has 50,000 miles on it. It's a fairly low 2014 mileage Mustang, right? Still having the MT82 problems. Let's see if I can even grip on this. We're at 4,500 RPMs on my launch. See? She's gonna bang. She can bang through the gears. She 100% can make the gears. It's not an issue. You want to get rid of that third gear lockout, this is the twin disc clutch for you. Again, it's noisy, but it's overall for power, for racing, for getting your optimal wheel horsepower, this is the clutch to go with. And the chatter that I was talking about earlier, and I'm gonna cut to a clip if I do it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cut to a clip. I'm gonna put a GoPro on the outside and see if I can't pick it up on the outside. You can hear it on the outside. Anybody gets in your car and they don't know that you've got a twin disc clutch or don't know much about cars is gonna think your car is broken, because it's gonna make a very chattery kind of sound. But that's not the issue. It's just you got two discs now instead of one, and it's totally normal. Let's see if I can remake it real quick. We got this noisy diesel next to me, but let's see if I can lowball it real quick. You can kind of hear it there. Let me try to really lowball it so I can give you guys a... Okay, so I don't know if the camera picked up on that. Outside, there's another Mustang. This is a sick M3 right here. Look, literally sick M3. Not too shabby. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can't put a GoPro on the outside. We got a nice little S197 right here. It looks like 2003 or so. Got a Challenger in the back. I don't know if you guys can see. Let's go through the cons. Noisy, right? Doesn't like cold weather. If you live in a cold place, don't get it. I wouldn't recommend it. Go out and look for another one. Engagement. Normally when you put another clutch in, right, especially one of this caliber, it's a lot harder to press the pedal down. That is not the case with these. It is 10 times easier to press that clutch in. Way easier. It's like butter. It's smooth, it's silky, and it's nice. But like I said, the friction zone sometimes changes. It's harder for me to get a clean power shift now because I still haven't mastered this clutch. Even then, you saw, kind of over-revved it a little bit. And you can get it, but you gotta really be dialed in with this clutch, right? So far we got noisy, we've got doesn't like cold weather. Let's go over the pros now. Pros, good, easy to push clutch. My girlfriend, I don't know if you guys have seen her, if you've stuck around, you have seen Sierra. She wears a prosthetic. She was at birth had an issue with her leg. She can't drive a manual. Before I installed this clutch, was not able to even start my Mustang. She couldn't press it down. Her ankle just doesn't work that well. But now she's able to come out and start the Mustang whenever it needs to be warmed up, and I love that because now she can help me out. So that's a good pro for this. Another good pro for this this clutch would be horsepower gain to the wheels. You're getting a lot of it. It's a drastic change. I'll sometimes bang through gears, and when I get to second, I'm spinning. When I get to third, I'm still spinning. You know, because it's got so much more power to the wheels. It's more responsive, so much more power. Great to press down. Doesn't take near as much muscle to press down on it. All right, now let's talk about horsepower, right? I can throw boost in this sucker right now and be perfectly fine, right? For horsepower gains. I can get a lot more horsepower gains with this clutch and not have to worry about the clutch fully failing on me, right? Okay, that's another gain, right? Another pro. Other than that, I don't think there's much more, but I mean, for the price point, I would say personally it was worth the money. I'm that type of guy where like I'm trying to build this platform around before it boosts. If you've been to my channel and you know my channel, then you know that I'm trying to 100% build this platform around boost. And then at the final end, stay tuned, we are going to boost this sucker and it is going to be a mean machine. Most likely while we're in Florida. Like I said, if you haven't, like, follow, subscribe. I hope this tutorial kind of helped you. Well, not so much tutorial. I hope this review kind of helps you weigh your judgment. Again, if you're in the area of Fayetteville, North Carolina, go ahead and check out Hypermotive Performance. It's a great shop. I know you guys haven't seen much content with me right now. It's just because I got a lot of stuff going on, but don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm probably going to be posting more shorts more than anything. But other than that, yeah, that should be about it. Anyways, love you guys. Stay tuned. If you haven't followed my Instagram, follow my Instagram. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like this video, it really helps boost your boy a lot. Once I get to Tampa, Florida, I'm probably gonna start doing more lives. I might start doing more lives later. So check into TikTok. If you haven't been seen me on TikTok, go ahead and get on TikTok. It's where I'm gonna do majority of my lives. One thing that I will say that I forgot to mention before is the smell. The smell of the MCLoad. So one thing you've got to understand when you get this twin disc clutch, it loves to go fast, and it 100% works best going fast and doing hard pulls, and it does not like to go slow. Stop and go traffic is god awful. The smell gets bad. It almost smells like you're burning your clutch, which is apparently normal. Your transmission, I've started noticing my transmission will produce more heat using the twin disc clutch. Every time you get out of your car and you've been driving normal, or even if you've been driving super aggressive, you're gonna have a smell. The smell has not went away for me at all. I figured it was just during the burn-in process, or the process in which, you know, I think you got 500 miles, a certain amount of transmission shifts before it fully seats, and it's the break-in period. I figured the break-in period, after the break-in period, that smell would go away. If you do get this clutch, don't let it alarm you. That's totally normal. The smell's normal. It's going to be even more harsh when you're in the break-in period. However, once you get out of the break-in period, the smell is not going to be as intense. Other than that, guys, like I said, like, share, comment. It all helps you, boy. Look forward to seeing more content soon. This build's a little bit on hold right now because I'm PCSing. I'll probably do more shots. We're just kind of traveling, getting everything packed and doing all that we can do. Yeah, just be on the lookout for more content, especially once we get in Florida. Other than that, happy holidays, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.